My name is Hamish Campbell. I'm a journalist. Yesterday I was arrested for assault on Mary-Jane Sareva and her paid security guards at a local community centre. On the day, a regular user of the building found himself excluded. As I used to be a trustee, on hearing this I went to talk with Mary-Jane Sareva. Instead of a conversation, we were aggressively pushed around by her security people who repeatedly tried to break my video camera. She then called the police and had me and my friend Charlie arrested for assaulting her guards. The charge was dropped 20 minutes later as it was obvious that the wrong people had been detained. And it was all on videotape anyway. This is what happened. So, can you tell us what happened today?
Well, I was walking across the green on Cowley Road, and there were some various stalls there, and I noticed a stall with Councillor Mary-Jane and Councillor Matt Morton there, and said hello to them and had a little chat. And Councillor Young mentioned that she'd passed the community centre earlier and seen someone who she thought looked rather intimidating in black leather, sort of guarding the entrance, and she approached him and said, "Can I come in?" But she didn't feel welcome, and she remarked about this, and I said, well, it's probably the other Green Councillor Mary-Jane Sareva security people. And I sort of made a couple of remarks about the fact I thought Councillor Sareva was obsessed with security, and passed on my way and forgot about the incident altogether. Went down different stalls, had something to eat, and thought I'd pop up to the resource centre in the community centre, which is open, which was open earlier, and saw this character dressed in black leather, as Councillor Young had mentioned, and he looked frightening. He looked like somebody out of a sort of, I don't know, sort of fascist incident, sort of street fight from the 1930s, you know. And he had some sort of black wand, which he was scanning people with. I approached him and I said, "Oh, what's that wand?" And he said, "Oh, it's a scanner for looking for weapons." I said, "Oh, right." I said, "Have you found any weapons today?" He said, no. And a shorter African or Afro-Caribbean guy who was a security guard came out and he said, "Yes, but you never know, you never know." And I was just watching them and I thought, I'll take a photograph of this guy because he does look very weird for a security guard. I know they wear blue dark suit and tie, but this looks a bit strange. So I stood back and tried to get a shot lined up on my mobile phone camera to take a photograph of him. And then he approached me and he said, "If you photograph me, I will take your camera. Don't you photograph me." And then he went back to his position. And I thought, well, he can't say that, he's in a public place. I can photograph him, it's not illegal. I'm not on private property, or it's not his home or something like that. And so I was lining him up again to take a photograph, and Councillor Sareva came out, and she was dressed in security guard's uniform, and she had black gloves on, even though, you know, it's quite normal weather. And she was sort of in conversation with him, and then I went to go into the building to go up to room 1 to see some people there. And he said, "Can I look in your bag?" And I said, "Sure, okay." There it is, look in it. And he said, "Well, I'm not allowed to look in it." I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, you've got to open it yourself." So I opened the bag. I said, "Well, there you go." And then Councillor Sareva came out again and he had some conversation with her about me photographing him, or trying to photograph him. And she said, "I'm banned from the building." And I said, "Well, I'm not going to your event. I'm going upstairs to room 1. She said, You're not coming in. And if you try and photograph me, I will sue you." And so I withdrew for a little bit and mentioned this to other people who were going up to room 1. And it seems to have precipitated some sort of incident whereby they tried to speak to the security guards, who, it appears, have panicked, tried to seize someone else's camera, and then called the police and made some false statements to the police, causing the police to detain 2 people.
Excuse me, don't break my camera! Listen. Don't push to me, eh? Don't push to me. Calm down, back off.
I'm allowed. Public place, he's allowed to film. I don't wish that, yeah, and I'm kind of happy if somebody's taking a picture of me. Over your face. You're feeling embarrassed about what you're doing. Excuse me? What are you trying to do?
my God, you guys are completely out of control.
Yeah, don't go back.
Right. Guys, these guys are
Come in, okay? I've stopped one of them coming in, and these guys have been trying to force their way in. I don't
We
want them
haven't
in.
been trying to force our way in.
trying to
It's been
stop you
trying
actually
to
doing
reasonably
irresponsible
argue.
actions.
Just stand back, right?
Well, can I talk to you and she talks to this?
Let's all get down the steps.
Can you actually calm that woman down? She's bonkers.
Licensed premises, and they can choose.
Please, I've nothing to do with this.
Right, Mr. Josie. Just so the situation is completely unfair in that respect, but I understand now it's become violent. But essentially, these bouncers don't know the situation, they're protecting their rights, that's understandable. They're bouncers, they've got people coming in.
No, it's a public place. I'm allowed to film.
She didn't have the authority. End of story. They want to come tomorrow, that's fine.
These guys should not be.
Excuse me, sir, but why are you stopping me? Entering the building I work in. God.
You're not happy with it. I'm not happy with it.
Excuse me, can you stop him breaking my camera, please?
Okay. Can you just let go of his camera and I'm moving on? Let go of that, I'm moving on, yeah?
Excuse me,
I'm going to have to ask you to move on now.
why?
Okay?
Can you tell me why? Can you I'm not drunk. Can you ask me why actually you asked me to move?
I have authority to deem whether I think someone is drunk at the time or not.
Okay, so are you?
I can say I suspect that you're drunk and disorderly. Because of that, I can arrest you for and get you away from this area. Okay.
That's fine.
So
okay,
I'm
so
asking you
can I
nicely
have
just
that
to
on
please
camera
leave
that
the area.
you expect you actually think I'm drunk and disorderly?
Please remember, the people that run this place are these people outside.
Yeah,
run the
that's
place.
fine. I'm just asking you if you could leave this area.
Okay,
please,
and you're
because-
asking me because you threatened to arrest me otherwise for being drunk and disorderly. Is that correct?
No, I'm saying if you don't leave this area, I may suspect that you may be drunk and you're acting in a disorderly manner, in my opinion. And for that, you could be arrested. Okay.
Right, I'm not
If you want
actually
some
drunk,
official,
so
if you want some
actually.
official paperwork, I'll give you a Section 27 warning.
Okay, Section
Under the
27
Violent
and
Crime Reduction Act.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Give me one of those. Yes.
I'm not saying he's being violent, but he's being disorderly. This is clearly a
Well,
disorderly
she's actually
situation.
been disorderly. I'm just trying to resolve the issue.
Can I explain to you the geography of this building, please? Just so you understand. Okay. There's a bar, and which Mary-Jane runs, and she's also hired out one or two of the other rooms in the community centre. Yeah. At the same time, we rent out a separate room in the community centre, which we legally rent out, got a contract for, from the community association, just like Mary-Jane. She's stopping us from having access to that particular room, where we are legally entitled by our contract to actually use the building during its opening hours.
Okay, so you rent rooms upstairs?
Yes, you rent the room upstairs.
Okay.
So could you resolve that?
But at the moment, they are renting out the bottom area, aren't they?
I tell you what, we'd be really happy to for a police escort to
take us up to the room.
Here, they'll chill out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but they're not going to chill out. They're obviously upset.
Yeah,
okay.
Can you chill them out?
Oh, my colleagues are speaking to them now and trying to do that, but I can't guarantee.
Right.
Hello, are you the senior officer now?
No, but from what the lady's saying, kind of yourself
Yes.
are arrested on suspicion of assault for pushing their door staff.
Cool. I didn't do any of that. I must point that out. And I must point out I've actually got on camera I didn't do any of it, so you look pretty stupid.
Right, I'll speak to one at a time, right?
Can we actually ask for this man here to be arrested for trying to break my camera?
No, not at the moment. You two are arrested on suspicion of assault.
Okay, right, that's fine. Let me just do a bit to camera here.
At the moment, no, right.
So,
Right.
Okay.
You're under arrest for suspicion of assault. Don't have to say anything may harm defence. You don't mention on question something when you later, right? Anything to do, say maybe give it evidence.
Right.
If yourself can come with us, the car.
Can I just kiss my girl as well?
We were taken away in a police car. Mary-Jane had pointed out two people to the police, neither who had attempted to enter the building. All I had done was ask to talk to her to resolve the issue. One person had tried to enter.
why did you push through the security guards?
Well, I'd been in that situation before of Mary-Jane stopping us getting into our own community centre, and I just got completely fed up and thought, this is ridiculous, you know, we've got a right to get in. I saw a gap and I just decided to go in without asking their permission, and they pushed me back. They were completely aggressive and lost their temper, and one guard was shouting, "Get back or I'll kill you, I'm going to kill you," which it's just ridiculous at the time, but in retrospect it's a bit worrying.
If you are worried about this, then check out oxfordindiemedia.org.uk for more news and to find out how you can get involved in running the community centre.